Hi guys, how you doing out there? This is Rob, and you have just entered the Just Carve Rob zone. Alright, so let's zoom in here. See if I can zoom in. There we go. So slow and slow zoom. Okay. But we're going to show you these cars. Okay, there's our first car. And there's our second car. And my battery went dead. So you got a little bit of the third car where I carved it, but not much because the battery on my camera went pfft, so I had to recharge it. And then I got busy. Just Carve Rob has no energy, friends. Just none. It's like somebody sucked all the air right out of my sails. Ugh. But I just had to carve. I just got to come out here and carve something. Maybe that'll bring my spirits back up or whatever. Okay, so our third car. Now, I don't even know if I should be putting this third car on this stick because it is not a 30s model car like these. Okay. The third car is the 57 Chevy. 57 Chevy. It's one of my favorite cars, but I don't know if it belongs on this stick with these 30 model cars. But you know what? To heck with it. We're going to put it on there anyway. I was watching Garage Squad. If any of you guys know what that is, it's got some guys, they travel around the country, they're pro mechanics, and they've got a team and they come around, and if you're deemed worthy, they will come and fix up your old car. Okay? It's kind of like if you guys ever seen Overhauling with Chip Foose. Chip Foose is like my hero. That guy can build anything out of nothing. But they only do cars that are located in California because they take them back to their shop and whatever. Where Garage Squad actually comes right to your house and fixes your hot rod for you. I would love it if they come to my house and finish my T-bucket. Yeah. My old Model T. My hot rod T-bucket. Needs to be put back together. Been so busy working on my truck, haven't had time to work on my T-bucket. And then instead of bringing the T-bucket in, what do? I bring my old 1970-something Cushman truckster in the shop. Yeah, I put it. Believe it or not, I put my Cushman truckster up on my car lift, and it looks like I need to do a frame transplant on it. It's not looking good, so. But that's okay because Cushman trucksters are 3 wheels, and I have the front out of a Yamaha golf cart. So I'm thinking about doing a little slicing and dicing. Since I got to build a frame anyway, why not make it a 4-wheel deal with a dump body on it? Yeah. But I also got some stuff I got to finish on the house, and before the rain and the snow and 20 below zero comes. I don't want to hear it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want the cold weather. This is right now, today it's like 73, 74, maybe even 75. I don't know. But it's in the 70s, and I'm loving that. But man, I just got my get up and go has got up and left. Okay, so we're going to start this deal out with the SCM high-speed air tool. Hey Ben, over there at Studio on the Lake, this is what you need for carving your duck eggs, buddy. He's Ben over there at Studio on the Lake. His ducks had to go on antibiotics. Maybe they got the quack. Get it? The quack. They had to go on antibiotics, so you can't eat the duck eggs. So instead of just throwing them away, as frugal as Ben is, he reminds me a lot of me, or because I don't like throwing anything away that I can use. He drilled holes in it, blew the eggs out of it because you can't eat them because the ducks are on antibiotics, right? Because they got the quack. And Yeah, so he's doing duck eggs, but he's trying to do it with his, Ben has, I think his Optimus carver, micro carver. If you guys ever watch his show, which you should, because he's an awesome guy. Yeah, he's got one of these micro carvers, and he's trying to carve eggs with it. And he's got an engraving bit and all that stuff. That's one of the big selling points of the SCM, Ben, is the high speed. A lot of people carve eggs with them. Ostrich eggs, duck eggs, turtle eggs, chicken eggs. I haven't seen anybody do any fish eggs yet. So there you go, Ben. Take a duck egg and carve a fish on it, and then you'll be the first person to carve a fish egg. Get it? Fish egg, Ben. Yeah, and so check out Ben, Studio on the Lake. He just clicked 1,000, but he needs more viewing hours, my friends. He needs more viewing hours. Just Carve Rob could use some more viewing hours too. Jordy, Carve Infusion, buddy of mine. He's doing great. Jordy is working on the throne chair and carving trees and making whirligigs, the things that spin out. You hang on your tree and they spin. Ben's doing whirligigs too. He's doing Uncle Sam and Lincoln. They look like Uncle Sam and Lincoln and their arms spin around. If you ever seen those, I seen a guy. He did the Roadrunner down the road here. He has a Roadrunner. Ben, carve a Roadrunner. Carve a Roadrunner, Ben. Make his legs spin. Then you can send that to Just Carve Rob, and I'll put it on top of my mailbox. All right, and we can't forget about I Can Carve. Bap over there in Ireland. He's doing some cool stuff, and Dave over there at Cleve's Backyard Woodworking, and Kyle Hall, and all those guys. Doug Linker, Gene Messer. Yeah, Doug just carved a little mushroom guy. Just Carve Rob's gonna have to carve one to him. I got a list like 50 feet long of my favorite carvers and the stuff they're carving that I want to try carving. Ben just carved a Yeti. I want to carve a Yeti. Somebody on Facebook, Carving Fusion World of Wood Carvers, carved an elf on the shelf, just the head with the beard. I got to do one of those. You know, I do the hillbillies and all that stuff, and I do Santa Claus faces and that kind of stuff. So I want to do maybe a hillbilly on a shelf. We'll put his big hillbilly hat on him and his big nose and have his big hangy beard, and then just the head. We'll put him on the shelf. I want to carve a Yeti. Not as cool as Ben's Yeti, but Ben made a fat little furry Yeti. That's really cool. Where was I? Cleve's Backyard Woodworking. Yeah, go check out Cleve. Mario Tata. Go check out Mario. Mario came up with a great suggestion for doing inlay. I guess at Hobby Lobby they sell like a gold wax and different color waxes that you can use for doing inlay. So I want to do some of that. I want to make a sign that says Just Carve Rob and then do it with the gold inlay or something. I got to think about that a little bit more. So here I am just yapping away. Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Not being awesome. But I don't know. Today, the last couple days, I just been kind of like, everybody gets in them slumps, and I think I'm there. The truck needs more work. When you make more horsepower, you got to put better sensors in it. I blew up my my map sensor, so I ordered a Jet map sensor from Jet Performance. Supposed to have a faster response time for your throttle and everything, so I'm going to do that, put that in there whenever it comes in, and yeah, so the truck adventure continues. Although the motor part, it's rebuilt, it's running great, but not so great because the map sensor is not doing what it should be doing. So we got to replace that. That's no big deal. It's in the intake tube, so it's only like maybe a 10-minute job once it gets here. So I don't want to drive the truck with the bad map sensor in it because sometimes it does not want to start with a bad map sensor. It's not telling the truck that it's getting enough air. All right. So, yeah. Who else do we want to say hi to since we're saying hi to everybody today? We did Map. We did BAP. I Can Carve. We did Jordy at Carve Infusion. We did Ben at Studio on the Lake. Mark D. Maker. Go check out Mark. Mark D. Maker. That's how it's put in there. Just Mark, and then a D, and then Maker. Mark D. Maker. And check out his channel. He's doing some great stuff over there, too. I really enjoy his videos. G. Messer we covered. Doug Linker. Those guys don't need no help from me. But I like watching their videos, and I think you might like watching them, too. So there that is. Who else are we thinking of, Rob? Let's see. All of our subscribers. We can't forget about all of our subscribers. Them guys are great. They hang out with us all the time when we're carving. And here in I think it's going to be about a week or so, we're going to take them fishing with us and do a little, maybe if the fishing's slow, we'll pull up on the shore there and throw a worm in the water and do some carving on the boat. Yeah, we'll get that up. I lived right down the road from Blue Lake. Beautiful lake, beautiful. As long as you get out there before the jet skiers and the power boaters. Yeah, so we'll go in the evening because those guys usually clear out after, about dinner time. So we'll eat dinner a little early and we'll go out there and we'll do some fishing. We'll check the shoreline for driftwood, see what kind of driftwood we can find. Yeah, I might even take the shop inspector and see if she wants to go for a swim. The shop inspector's pretty picky about where she takes her baths at. It's a woman thing, you know how they are. Yeah, so yeah, Kyle Hall, chainsaw carving dude. He's putting out some cool stuff too. He's showing his last video how to make things out of your scrap wood. He made some elephants, and I'll tell you, you can do it with your Dremel, guys. You just get little pieces of triangular scrap wood and check out Kyle Hall and learn how to make them elephants out of that scrap wood. It's really cool. So check out Kyle Hall if you haven't checked him out. Go check him out, please. Yep. So, let's get carving here. Stop running your face, Rob, and let's just carve. Just carve, Rob. Just carve. Okay, so we're going to fire up the SCM high-speed air tool. My favorite tool. I think when we make our Yeti, we're going to make it. I got some birch out there that's been out there for about 2 years. That's probably about 6 inches, maybe 8 inches round. So we are going to take our ArborTech that Jordy hates, but Rob loves. And we're going to do some work with the ArborTech. So we're going to be using our jaw horse and setting up the ArborTech. And we're going to rough them out. We're going to block them out with the ArborTech because it would take forever with a Dremel to block out, a big piece of wood like that. Take forever. So we'll get them blocked out, and we may have to use our big Dremel with 1/4-inch bits to get in there and do, rough them out. And then we'll come back in here with the smaller tools, our Micro Pro Carver and our Dremels and this guy. Well, I don't see where he's going to come into play. Maybe for the eyes or something. So, yeah. And I want to get out to the machine shop and make some bits for making snake scales or fish scales. And yeah, we'll whip up some of them. Want to whip up some bits for making eyes. I've seen the ones that you can buy. Not impressed with them. I want ones I can put in my Dremel. Different size cup bits. Make them a cup. I'll make them out of like 4140 or A2 or W4, and what that'll let me do is go ahead and turn them on my lathe and go ahead and go in with a punch and just punch mark them to give them a cutting surface, okay? And then we'll just heat them up with the torch, throw them in a thing of oil. We'll harden them babies up, and then we'll clean them up, and then we're going to make them 1/8 inch, I think. 1/8 inch shaft. But we're going to make various size eyes. Okay? Round eyes. So that we can go ahead and, like these headlights here, them round headlights, we can just take and go and cut the eyes in. Shut up, Rob. Just carve. All right. Let's carve. I moved everything over here on that side because I had a guy say, Rob, you're doing most of this stuff right-handed. Why don't you move your tools to the right hand? Well, because like all the drawers that I keep these in are over on that side. So let's do this, guys. All right? All right. All right, guys. We got the SCM fired up. We're running at 2 times normal speed. And it's like Jordy says, you know, it's Pete, repeat, repeat, repeat. Basically, all we're going to do is take the SCM and go around the outside of the shape and all that good stuff. We're just basically tracing around it. Man, this camera guy needs replacing. So, yeah, basically we're just taking the SCM and we're doing basically just stop cuts with it. Around and around and around. And then we will come in with probably the micro carver or SCM with a round ball bit, or maybe just a knife, and dig out around the car first. And then we'll give it some depth by just going around the outside of the car and cutting it in. And then after this car is done, we can start the laborious process of sand, sand, sand. So you can see from the wood burner earlier in the video when I showed you guys the cars, they've got a little dark. That's because of the smoke from the wood burner. So we'll have to go back and clean all that stuff up. So you can see we're just basically taking the SCM and tracing around and around and around. At first, we're going to go light. Not going super deep because we have to set our dimensions for the car. Which I don't know how it's going to turn out. I hope it turns out. But then again, doing 2D into 3D is a trip anyway, guys. It's you got to know your subject to pull it off. And I don't have no 1957 Chevy sitting around that I can go out and look at. So we're just going to wing it. Wing it. That's what we do. And if somebody says, hey, that car don't look like it's supposed to, well, it's a custom. Custom, man. It's a custom car. Not supposed to look like it's supposed to look. Because it's custom. That's a good excuse anyway, right? See, our buddy Pete up there in Ladner, Canada is making arbors. Or mandrels, whatever you want to call them, for flap sanders. So go up there and check out Pete. Yeah. So what else to talk about? Nice day. It's supposed to hit 85 today. here on the west coast of Michigan. And I'm doing a little carving while I'm doing the voiceover. Yeah, that's it, voiceover for this video. Doing a little carving on that car. Just trying to flatten some of the surfaces out and get some of this 3D stuff. It's not going to be a high detail on it, but you know, we can only go so deep, right? Only go so deep into the car. So we're just going to try making some of the chrome stand out and stuff like that. If I ever do this again, I will definitely, well, I know I got to do it again. There's a guy that wants a walking stick. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up in diameter of the stick so that it actually stretches these cars out. They're not on such a tight curve. I said it before and I'll say it again. Carving stuff on walking sticks and canes is hard, guys. It's hard because of the you're doing everything on a curve. So you know the curve might go opposite of the curves that you need to create. So that can be a pain in the behind trying to create concave curves on a convex stick, or vice versa. So yeah, we're just going to make the chrome pop out and round the fenders over a little bit and that kind of stuff. Other than that, we're not getting into cutting the wheels in deep and all that stuff. So we'll see how that's going to go. But yeah, so stay tuned for more excitement. Looks like we got enough stick to put one or two more of the 30 miles cars down below. So we're going to give that a shot. And then after I think I've learned how to do this, I will go ahead and start the walking stick for the customer. But yeah, we still have to make a handle for it, and we have to do the mortise and tendon, however you say it, Pete, joint on the top. And we'll get that all going. And in between these sticks, we got some fun things we're going to carve. I'm going to start a little project a little bit later on today. Should be fun. And we'll get that carved up. And I think, man, we're running long on this video. We're at almost 26 minutes. So, oh, there's a shop inspector carrying on like a little maniac out there. Somebody must be outside. We still got to find time to work on our Cushman. We've got to find time to work on our plow truck. Winter's coming, unfortunately. So we got to get all that stuff set up. Still got some more work to do on the house before the cold weather gets here. See, nice light cuts. That's all we're doing right now. And as we carve it, as those cuts start fading away, we'll go back over them again with the SCM. And then once we get done, of course, we'll go through it with the, we'll trace everything out with the wood burner to make it pop a little bit more. The wood burner also, from the air tools, because we're using rotary tools, they leave a radius. So by going through with the wood burner, it cuts that radius out, and then we just come back with our knife and trim it back to the line, and that will sharpen everything up. So we're going to do that. on all these cars that I just wood burnt yesterday. I've gone around a couple of them. And then we have to feather everything out. We're cleaning our bit off there. So let's call this a video, guys. Share, subscribe, and like. Be awesome. Carve something awesome, guys. And we will catch you on the next one. All right? See, I never ended it. It didn't get ended right. We still got a couple seconds. When you run out of things to say, a second seems like an hour. Okay, one more time. Share, subscribe, and like. Be awesome. Carve something awesome. Hey, Larry Dibbs, you're doing great stuff. I love your carvings. I'd like to see that Yeti when it gets done, your Sasquatch that you're working on. I know I've seen mostly done, but I don't think you posted them on the world. Anyway, bye-bye.